Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
So yesterday we did PowerPoint, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody is having any doubts? So we wanted to see that how to insert a video in PowerPoint, right? So we could take any layout. I've taken a blank one, right? We go to insert, say video from my PC, right? I have chosen one video which I was already having. Just inserting that, which is saying inserting media. At the bottom, you can see that it is loading here, right? On the status bar. So when it is loaded, so this will be shown to you like this. Can you see that? You can adjust it according to your screen size. That's your wish. I'm just adjusting that. Right, and when you run it, you can play from here also. You can play here also if you want. So it will load. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Or if you want to play the slide and want to play it, you can play the video like this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So there are certain formats in the PPT which are not supported. So you can check what all media files are being supported in the your PowerPoint, right? Those files you can take, or you can search on the YouTube also, that how to insert a video format which is not available in this, right? That also can be done, right? So this way you can insert a audio file also or a video file also, the same way, right? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Right, so these are the things which we did on our PowerPoint, right? That how to insert a video, how to add slides, and how to take printout of handouts, right? So you can add transitions, you can have animations, you can add designs on your slides. So that is your prerogative, what kind of PowerPoint you want to design and the way you want to design it. So this is what PowerPoint is. It's simple, it's not difficult, very easy to make PowerPoint, right? Just the points you want to, what points you have in your mind, that is most important, what you want to present, the idea. That is the most important thing, right? So that is there. So what I'm thinking is, many of you have not done Linux commands, yes or no? Do you want to revise that?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to open this website, JS Linux, the first website which it appears, and here we have Fedora 33 console version, and I'm clicking here, right? So an online operating system of Linux will open up. Right, so this is your prompt. The hash prompt is your prompt where you will write the command, this prompt. So it can be a hash prompt or a dollar prompt. So dollar prompt comes for those users who logged in as a normal user. This login has been done by an admin or a super user. That's why it is coming as hash, right? This tilde sign is the sign of your home directory. So what is your home directory? If you want to know, then press, or your current directory I'm saying. If you want to know which directory currently you are in, so that is pwd command, present working directory. So if present working directory, I want to know my present working directory slash root. I am working in root. So somebody must have logged in as root user, and the home directory is this root slash root, right? So tilde sign represents the home directory. So pwd is present working directory, the command to see the present working directory, right? If you want to see what are the contents in this working in this directory, what are the different files or directories inside this directory, so for that the command is ls. Ls means list. So it will list all the files or directories inside this home directory. So there are two files. So white color, if white in white color with extension or without extension also, if files are written, files are always written with white color, right? And if a directory will be there inside this directory, then it will be in blue color. So right now it is white color. That means these are files, bench.py, that is Python file, and hello.c is a C file. C language file, right? So these are the two files which are inside this directory, that is our home directory slash root. If you for seeing the content of the directory, you have to press ls. Ls means list, right? Then to make a new directory, suppose I want to make a directory, the command is mkdir, which means make directory, and you can write the name of the directory like this. Can you see? So mkdir space the directory name, and if you press enter and again the hash prompt comes, that means your command has run successfully. That means your directory has been made. So mkdir is make directory, mkdir space the directory's name. So when you say, now if you say ls, that is you want to see the content of the directory. So you can see not has been made. Can you see that? It is in blue color. Directories are in blue color, files are in white color. What are directories? Directories are just like folders in your Windows. In Windows, you have folders which contain other files or directories. Same way here, directories contain other files or directories. So these are directories and these are files. Files contain content, right? So not has been created. So this will the directory will be in blue color. If you want to see the long listing, can you see this? If you want to see long listing, that means content with a detailed list. So this is ls space hyphen l. So ls space hyphen l option with ls gives you long listing. So it tells you that the first hyphen option tells you that this is a normal file. The first and second one is showing hyphen, that means these are normal files, and the third one is showing D. So this shows a type of file. So this is a ordinary file, this is a directory file. Can you see that? This is hyphen hyphen, that means ordinary file, and D means directory file. And the color also shows here that blue color is directory, these are files. Right, then shows the permission of the file, what permission the file or directory is having. The first file is having read, write, hyphen, read, hyphen, hyphen, read, hyphen. There are three kinds of permissions if we talk about. So what are the three kinds of permissions in Linux? Read, write, and execute. Right, I just give you the in Word. So there are three kinds of users. Users, for the first one is owner. Owner, in Linux, owner is represented by U, right? The second one is group, which is represented in Linux by G. The third one is others, other users. That means not the group part or not the owner or others. So others is O. So this is how the three kinds of users are there: owner, group, and others. Owner is the person who has created the file. Group, if you want that a certain file should be a part of a group, so all those persons who are in that group will be able to see whatever permissions you have given to the group. The group will be able to do that. And others are, apart from owner and group, others are all other users. What permissions you want to give to those, that also is there. So there are three kinds of users and there are three kinds of permissions. And what are the three kinds of permissions you have? The first one is read, right? And read, it is given the name as R, and the octet number for read is 4, right? Octal number, that means total comes out to be 7, right? So write is W and it is 2, and execute is the third one, which is X and is given 1. So if you calculate the total, read, write, read is R, write is W, execute means to run or execute, execute is X. So read, write, execute, R has octet number 4, W has 2, X has 1. So 4 plus 2 plus 1 is how much? 7 now?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So it is an octet number. So 0 to 7 will be your octal numbers are given to them. So that is what is there. So you have three kinds of users and three kinds of permissions. So when we were seeing here, so these are the permissions which are given to the three kinds of users. So the first three permission, when you see read, write, hyphen. Hyphen means no permission of execute. Read and write permission are there, but no permission for execute. That is hyphen. So read, write permission and no execute permission for the owner. The first three permissions are for the owner, the first user. Then the second three permissions, these one are for group. So read permission and no write, no execute permission, hyphen hyphen. Only read permission is there, no write permission is there, no execute permission is there. That means the group can only read the file. They cannot make any changes in the file, and then they cannot run the file also. So only read permission to the group. So these three permissions are for the group. The third kind of users are others. So these three permissions, the next three, are for other. Apart from the owner and the group, other users can also only read the file. They cannot write or execute. Right? They cannot edit or do anything. They can only read the file. Can you understand now how the three users are given the permission?
Yes, ma'am.
So the first three is for the owner, the second is for the group, the third is for the others. So these three users are given these three permissions: read, write, execute, and this is the number of link. Generally, file has only one link. You can create more than one link for a file, and a directory has two links. By default, directory has two links, and if you see directories permission, so directory, the owner has read, write, execute. The three permissions are given to the owner. And when you talk about the group has read and no write permission, and execute permission is there. So write permission is not there, read and execute permission are there, and same way others also, read and execute permission are there, write permission is not there for the directory. These are by default permissions, right? Then comes this name of the owner is root. If the owner or could be a part of a group, so his group name comes here. But if no group is there, then root is the group and root is the owner only, right? So the same name is coming for the group also. This is the number of bytes the file, or the file size, you can say. These are the number of bytes the file is taking. So it is 114 bytes, right? And when was it created? December 26, 2020 is the date, right? And the name of the file is here, date after date, the name of the file. This is what the information in ls-l is given, and ls space hyphen l, long listing, right? Can you understand this?
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
So we have created this directory mkdir not, which is this, right? It is showing that it is of 37 bytes and it is created on May 17. Today is May 17. Year is not given because today it is created, and what time it is created it is giving you, right? Now if I want to go inside this directory, I'm not inside the not directory, I'm inside my home directory right now, that is /root. And now if I want to go inside the directory, the command is cd and name of the directory in which I want to get, that is change directory. Cd means change directory to not. And now can you see where have I come? I'm inside now not directory, right?
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
So now I have I any content in not directory? I have not created anything, so it will not show anything. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing is being created in the not directories. It is empty right now. If I want to make more directories inside not, so I'm saying mkdir, you can make more directories by giving spaces. As many directories you can create in one go. So I'm saying make directory mkdir space east space west. So inside north I have created east and west. So when I do ls, so see east and west have been created. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
So this way you can create more directories inside your not directories, any number of directories by giving spaces, right? If you want to go inside a particular directory, just say cd and we are saying east. So now we are inside what? East. Can you see that? Right? If you
Yes,
say,
ma'am.
if you want to see the present working directory, what will be the path? If I want to see the present working directory is east, I know that it is east, but it will show me the path. And /root first was my home directory root. Inside that a not directory was created, and inside not I am in east. Can you see that? The path.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how your directories gets created, right? If you want to move back to one directory back, so you have to press cd space dot dot. That means you are in east, now you want to go back to north, so one directory back you want to go. So cd change directory space dot dot, that is one directory back it will take. So where have you come now?
Not directory.
You have come to the not directory. If you again want to go back one more directory, just say cd space dot dot and you will come to not. Your home directory, sorry. You come out of north and you are in your home directory now. Right? Right. Otherwise, if you are, suppose we were in north, right, you can also go directly to the directory also, root / north / east. So if you give path, so it will take you directly to that particular directory also. If you give the path, can you see that? By giving the path, you will come to directly to east. Right, so path can also be given. So you are in east now, and if you want directly to go back to the root directory or the home directory, see, cd space tilde sign means your home directory, so it will take directly back to the home directory. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, and if you want to go to your root directory, the main file system of Linux is hierarchical file system, and the main file is the root file, that is slash. That is the main grandparent of all the files in your Linux system. So that is slash, that is your root directory. And if you want to go to the root directory, this you have come cd space slash, if you press, this is your root directory. Right, and if you say ls here, can you see how many directories are there? So many of directories are there: bin, div, home, lib64, media, opt, root, sbin, sys, user, root. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
So in the bin you have all the commands which you are running. All the commands are inside bin. Right, and dev will have all the devices which you have installed in your system or which you have been attached to the system. All device files will be there. Home directory will have all the users who are having their account, and library files are there in lib64. Media files will be there. So there are so many of files. So one question was asked in your assignment, that you have to open which file? You want to show the content of slash sbin file,
Sbin.
right?
Sbin. Yes, ma'am.
So this is how you show the content of ls. Ls, that means list the contents of sbin file, right? Can you see that? This is the content of sbin file, sbin directory, right? Any problems?
No, ma'am.
So ls is the command. Now if I want to go back to my home directory, I'll again press cd tilde and I'll come back to my home directory, which was having these files and folder, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So now if I want to, this bench.py is a file. Same way, if I want to make a file, so one of the command is cat space greater than sign space file name, whatever name of the file you want to give. Again, I told you that to name a file or a directory, first and foremost, you should not give a command name as file name. mkdir should not be a directory or file name. cd should not be a directory or file name. Okay? One thing is that. And the other thing is no space should be given in a file name. Like file space 1 is not allowed. Right, file _1 can be allowed, underscore can be allowed, but no spacing is allowed. And the file name should start with a letter. It should not start with a number or a special character. Do you understand? It should start with the alphabet or a letter, right? After that you can put, and no special characters are allowed, only underscore is allowed. So alphabets and numbers can be given, but it should start with an alphabet, then you can give a number. F1 is allowed, 1F will not be allowed. Do you understand?
Yes,
So that
ma'am.
you should remember. So cat is the command to make a file, and space greater than sign tells it that it is a new file, and the name of the file is file1, and when you press enter it will wait for your content to be given. So here we are writing the content of the file. Fine. So as many lines you want to write. Right. So these 3 lines I have written. Now my content I have my content is over. Now to save this file, you have to press Control plus D. So when you press Control plus D, it will be saved. Right, your hash prompt will again come. Now, if I say LSC, your file1 will be there. Can you see that? File1 has been created, a new file. Right. Now, how to see the content of the file? So, for that, only cat and file name will work. Greater than sign is applied when you want to make a new file. Only cat and file name gives you the content of the file. So what I have written, this is my second Linux class. There are many commands in Linux. CD is the command to change directory, right? This was the content what I have written in the file. So it is showing.
Yes, ma'am.
So the content is shown by only cat and file name. Right? If you want to append to a file, what does append mean? Append means what? To add content to a file, more content. These 3 lines I have written. Now I want to add more lines to the file, to the same file, to the existing file. This file, I want to add more content. If you are not taking an existing file, you are taking a new file, suppose. So what it will create a new file and add the content. And if you are taking an existing file, which I have already created, this file1, I'm taking the existing file, so it will add the content at the end. So after these 3 lines, the content will be added after that. So cat space double greater than sign space file name means, double greater than sign means to append to a file or add content to a file. Now it will again wait for me to write the content inside. Right, so this I have added. Now after pressing enter, I want to save this. Control D, press Control D, it will again be saved, same way like you have done in the new file. Same way here also the content will be saved after pressing Control D. Now if I see my content of the file, simply say cat and file name. So see, this is my second Linux class. There are many commands in Linux. CD is the command to change directory. This was the file first content I have put, and after that I wanted to append. Mkdir is the command to make directory, and rmdir is the command to remove a directory. So this has also been added. So this is appending. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So this is how you append to a file. Right. So you have created the file, you have appended the file and seen the content. Now if you want to copy the file, so there is a command called, for copying the file, the command is cp. Right. Then cp, suppose this file I have this file1 which I have created, I want to copy it in file2. Right. So the existing file which you want to copy will be given first after cp, that is cp is copy command, and file 1 is the file which you want to copy, which has content, and in which file it should be copied, that file name you should give after that. So it can be a new file. If it is an existing file, suppose in bench.py or hello.c, suppose I have taken, I'm just giving an example. So what will happen, the content in this file will be overwritten by this content. Overwriting, do you understand what do overwriting means?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so the earlier content will be removed and the new content of this file will be copied. Do you understand overwriting? Right, so if you are creating a new file, so new file will be created with the same content of file 1, and if you are giving an existing file, so that file's content will be removed, earlier content, and this file 1's content will be copied. So I'm creating a new file, I'm not taking an existing file. So file 1 is already there with content, and that content should be copied in file 2. So now hash prompt has come. If you see, file 2 is also created. File 1 is also there. File 2 is also there. Can you see that? So it is copied. Right, now how to see the content? See, file 2. I want to see what is the content of file 2. So simply say cat and file 2. So see, the same content is there which was in file 1. Can you see that? This is my second class. This is my second class of Linux. There are many commands in Linux. So same content has been copied now of file 1 and file 2. Same content is there, right? Right. Any problems?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Right. You can also copy the file. Suppose I want to, this file 1 I want to copy to, you can give a path, root, under root you have north directory, and under north you have east directory. Remember? Right? You want to copy this file 1 which is in your this current directory only, so no need to give the path because you are in your home directory only which has this file 1. So you want to copy this file 1 to root, under root you have north, under north you have east. So you want to copy this file 1 to east also, east directory also. So press enter. So file 1 will be here also in your home directory, and file 1 will be in east. Now if I want to see the content of east, you can do like this. Right, so I'm seeing the content directly. I'm not going inside that directory and seeing. I can see ls and I can give the path root northeast. What is the content of east? So can you see file 1 is also in east now? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so it you can copy the file to some other location also. It is not that in the same location you can copy the file, you can copy it to some other location also. Right, so that is cp. Then there is another command called mv, or you can say move. Right, now mv command works two ways. Right, so when we talk about mv command, so we have first I am just writing the directory commands. So what are the different directory commands you have? You have mkdir, make directory. So I write here the make directory. You have cd, that is change directory. Right, right now we have not done remove directory, but remove directory is also there, rmdir. I'll show you how to do remove directory also. So rmdir is remove directory, right? pwd is present working directory, present or current, whatever you want to say, which directory you are currently in, that it shows pwd. Then cd space dot dot takes you one directory back, right? So if you want to go one directory back, you will press cd space dot dot. If you want to go to your home directory, so home directory, if you want to go, then you will press cd space tilde. If you want to go to the root directory, you will press cd space slash. So it will take you to the root directory, right? And ls is listing or showing content of the directory. Content of the directory, whichever you want to see. So that is ls, right? So these are the different directory commands which we have seen, right? Any doubts in this? mkdir is make directory, cd is change directory, rmdir is remove directory, pwd is present working directory, cd space dot dot is one directory back, cd tilde is home directory, it will take you to home directory, cd space slash is root directory, and ls is listing the content of the directory, right? Right. And
Yes,
when we
ma'am.
talk about files, so files have commands like cat space greater than sign space file name. This is for making new file, right? Yes.
Yes.
And to save the file,
Control D.
to save the file after writing the content, press Control plus D, right? This will save the file. And if you want to see the content of the file, simply say cat space file name. This will show content of the file. So you can see the content of the file with this, right? So this is how you see the content of the file. Then cat space double greater than sign space file name appends to a file. What is append? Adding content and adding the content to a file, more content, right? So it appends to a file. Again, the same thing will be there. To save the file after writing the content, press Ctrl plus D, right? So this is there. Then cp is the command to copy a file, right? Copy a file, cp is there. mv is the command to rename a file or to move a file. It works, mv works two ways. It renames the files also, and it can move a file from one location to the other. Cut paste. Do you understand? Take the file from there, cut it from there, and paste it somewhere else. So move a file. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So if you want the file to be renamed, like file 1 was my one of the file, right? If I say ls here, I have this file 1, file 2. So suppose mv, the file 2, I want to rename it as f2, right? In the same directory, if you are using mv command, in the same directory, it will rename the file. So if I press enter, so now if I do ls, so file 1, file 2 is there. File 2 is not there. Now it has been renamed to f2. Can you see that?
F2.
Right? So f2 will have the same content which file 2 was having. Right? So it has been renamed in the same what? Right? if I want to not rename, I want to move this file from here to some other location. So suppose F2, I want to move it. You can give the path. Sorry, /root /north /east. So I want to move this file F2 to this directory east. I want to move the file to the east directory, you have to give the path, the whole path, which is right. Now if I see the content of, so can you see F2 has come here also, right? In the
Yes,
east
ma'am.
directory, if you see the content of the east directory, the F2 has come here. So F2 is now in this home directory. Is F2 there? Is it here now? It is not here. It has moved. It has been cut from here and pasted in the east directory. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So move is working in two ways. How it is working? MV command in two ways. In the same directory, it will rename, and in another directory, it will move a file. If you use the other directory or location of other directory, so it will move the file from here. It will remove the file and move it to the other location. Right? That is MV. Then you have RM command, which removes the file. RM commands does what? RMDIR removes the directory. RM commands removes the file. So if you want to remove the file, suppose this file 1, I want to remove it. Say RM and the name of the file. Enter. Now ls, if I see the file 1 is removed. Can you see now file 1?
No.
And if you try to open the file, see what error will it give. No such file or directory. If you want to see the content of the file has been removed, so no such file or directory is there now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So RM is to remove. Now another command is chmod, right? That is known as change mode. Change mode command is used to change the permission of the file, right? So if you want to change the permission of the file, then change mode command can be used, right? If I suppose I go to the east directory, I'm directly going with CD and giving the path, so I'm directly going to east. So I've come to east. I have two files here, and if I say ls space -l long listing, if I want to see, so these are the permissions. Can you see that for the two files? Read write hyphen, read write hyphen hyphen, read hyphen. These are the by default permissions of a file. If I want to give read write execute, the three permissions to the owner, read write permission to the group, and already read permission is there. So if you want to give that, you can, or if you want to write only read permission to others. So how will you do that? To do that, you say change mode or chmod. Then you remember I have told you the octet numbers of the permissions,
Yes, ma'am. 0 to 7.
right? Is
7.
4 to 1, read write execute, these three. And there are owner, group and others, UGO. You can also give permissions with U plus R or G plus whatever, RW, whatever. But we are not giving like that way. We'll use the easy way is to use the octet numbers. So the first number, if I want to give the three permissions, read, write and execute, 4 to 1, how much is the total? 7.
7.
So all the three permissions, if I want to give to the file F2, read, write, execute to the owner, give 7. Then to the group read and write permission if I want to give. So 4 is read, write is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6.
6.
So I'm not giving execute permission. I'm only giving read and write. So 6. And this third user, if you give these two only, and you write the file name F2, right, and press enter. So only for these two users the permission will be changed. Third user it will not take. Right. So if I say ls space -l, see the what happened. Okay, other two users they have changed. So we had to give it, that means 7, 6, and other for others I am giving 2. Sorry, 1, 3, 4. Sorry. What does 4 mean for the others?
Read.
Yeah. So ls-l, and now can you see the permission change?
Yes, ma'am.
RWX I wanted to give to the, or remember that whenever the file becomes executable, X is given to the file, it becomes green color. Can you see that? It was white color, but when you give execute permission to the file, it becomes
Green.
green color. That means the file can be run, executable file, right? And the next group I wanted to give read and write permission, no execute permission. So read write has been given and others are only read, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how chmod command, what it does is, chmod what it does, it gives you,
Change permission.
changes the permission of a file. Whatever permission you want to change, you can change of the file. That is chmod, right? See, there is another command also, that is change owner, but that will not work here because we don't have any other person apart from root in this system. But there is another command, chown, change, that is change owner. So you can change the owner of the file also. You are the owner and you want to change, give the permission, give the ownership to some other person. So that is also allowed, change owner, right? So we can't run that here right now because there is no other user apart from root to change the owner, but you can change the owner also. There is this command also, right? So these are the different commands for your this. Another command is WC. That is, what is the command? To calculate the word count of the file, right? What does word count tells you? Lines, words, and characters in the file. Do you understand? So suppose if I want to word count uh, F2, file 2's word count if I want to do. So it has 5 lines, 34 characters, 188 lines. Oh, sorry, characters. 5 lines, 34 words, 188 characters. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Or you can also give options also, WC-L, F2 will give you only lines, WC-W, F2 will give you only words, and WC-C, F2 will give you only characters. You can also combine them also, LC, so lines and characters. What happened? Oh, WC. Lines and characters. You can combine also. LWC. L is lines, W is words, C is characters. Do you understand? And if you don't give any options with WC, so it will by default give you all the three. Lines, words, and characters. That is WC. Right? Then there is another command called head and tail. There are two more commands. Head and tail. Head, top 10 lines of the file. or tail, bottom 10 lines of the file. Right? Do you understand what does that mean? Top 10 lines and bottom 10 lines of the file.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So right now I don't have such a big file which is having more content. So if I give head F2, it will give me all the lines of my files. Right? And if I say tail F2, it will give me all the lines of the file. Why? Can anybody tell me?
Because there are only 4 lines.
There are only 5 lines. So by default it shows 10 lines. So it is not covering my range. If you want, you can do this. Head -2 F2. What will it do? If you use -2 option, 2 means the number of lines you want to give. So the first 2 lines it will show. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. If you say tail -2, the bottom 2 lines will be shown. Right. Last 2 lines with tail. Yes. Right. There is another command called more. So it shows content uh, line wise. What does line wise mean? Suppose there is so many of pages in particular file or particular content is too much, and you want to go ahead line by line. So that you can go with the more command. So if suppose I want to open a manual on WC command, and you can use pipe symbol, and you say pipe it to more. So what will it do? Let us see. Man command is the manual or the library. If you want to see what is WC command all about, help, you can say. So can you see more is coming, right? Can you see that? So it is showing you man command manual on WC word count. So WC print new line word and byte count for each line, each file. So it is giving you all the description, what are the options in this. So whenever you want to run this, what happened? I'm moving, I don't know what is happening to it. If by chance you stuck in something, just press Ctrl Z to come out of that. It will stop that thing. Right. So generally more command what it does is after pressing enter it goes to the next line. But here I don't know why it is not going anywhere. But that is what more command is. It generally goes one line at a time ahead of the content. So that can be done. Right. So these are some of the commands which I have talked about. Right. Then there is there are other commands also not related to file, but there is a command called who. This command doesn't work here. Who it shows you currently logged in users. If you are on a Linux server, right? So who all are the users who are currently logged in? So that is who command, or finger command also does that. right now it will not work here because there is no person who is logged in, so it will not show anything, right? So it doesn't work on this kind of a scenario. But who am I may work. Who am I is who the user is, who is working or who the user is uh, right now. So if you want to know who the user is right now, you can say who am I. That will work. So it will say root. Root is the user. Who am I, right? Then there is date command, which shows the current date and time. So if you want to see that, you can say date and enter. It will show you the current date and time, right? Then there is a calendar command which shows you the whole this month's current month's calendar. So cal command shows the current month. Current month's calendar, right? And with the year, if you give year with the calendar command 2022, it will show you the whole year's calendar. Can you see that? So you can see previous years also, coming up years also, calendar can be shown to you. Just you have to say cal and space the year. So that is calendar command. Then there is history command. History command shows you all the commands you have currently run. All the commands which you have currently executed, all the commands will be shown with history command. So you press, you do this. So you have run all these commands right now, na? Right? There are more
Yes,
also.
ma'am.
So there is above also. So you can go from here. So these are the commands from PWD. We started ls, mkdir, whatever commands we have run currently, all the commands will be shown. Right? That is history. Right? If you want to see when we talk about what you say ps, there is another command called ps which shows you currently running processes. Now what is a process? If I talk about, so a process is a program in execution. Do you understand what is a process in operating system? A process is a running program. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever, suppose you open Word, so that is running. Word is running now. You have opened it, right? So anything which is running, operating system treats it as a process. So whatever is being executed is a process. So what all are the currently running processes in Linux system? To know that, you have to press PS. So it shows you what are the currently running processes which are there. So these are, the shell is running, shell is this, the more is there, the PS is there, right? So these are the currently running processes. So it shows the process ID, the terminal, the time, the command. So this is what process is all about. What else is there? Find command is there, that is related to your file, right? File or directory, whatever you can say. So if you want to find a file, find a file or directory, you will use a find command, right? So find command, suppose you say find, if you say asterisk dot asterisk, what does it mean? Asterisk means any number of characters before the dot and any number of characters after the dot, if there is such certain files. So it will no such files or directories there. If I say find only asterisk, what will it do? All the files or directories it will find out. Can you see that? There were 2 files only, so it had found out. If we go to our home directory cd till and we say find asterisk dot asterisk, so it will find out with the extension files. Can you see that? Any number of character before the dot, any number of character after the dot. So there are 2 files with these kinds of things. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
So find does that. Or if you want that you want to find a file starting with P and you say asterisk, so it will find all the files with P, but there is no file with P, right? If you want to with B, so it will show you bench. Can you see that? It finds a file with B bench.py, so it has shown you. So you can find the file also. What else? Then if you want, then there is a command called df, that is disk free. What is disk free? How much free space is there? Free space. How much free space is on the disk, and du, that is how much disk usage is there. How much disk has been used. So that commands also are there. So if you press df, it will show you the free disk space, and if you run du, it will show you the disk usage, where it has been used, how much it has been used. Northeast how much, northwest how much has been used, northeast how much, and the route is taking how much, right? So disk usage and disk space free. That is there. What else? Any other command which I am forgetting? Anyone you all remember which I am forgetting, or we have
Password.
covered? Password. You can, if you want to change the password, so that is PASSWD. If you want to change the password of your operating system password, so you can change it with PASSWD, change password. Right? What else? Somebody was saying something. What else? What else command? Anything else?
Okay.
Any other command we left or we didn't do?
Uptime.
Uptime and top are there. Uptime command is also there. Uptime. So it tells you the summary, key how much users are there and how much time has been used and how much load is there on the system. A summary of the system. And top command is also there, which shows you the system usage, how much usage is, all the things are taking, how much CPU is being used, how much that is top command. But it keeps on running. To stop it, just press Control Z. Right? So uptime is a summary of the system. And top command is for CPU's usage. How much usage the CPU is being, how much CPU is being used. Right? What else? What else is there?
Grip.
Exit.
What?
Exit.
Exit. So if you want to exit from here, you want to stop everything, then exit command will be there. That is also there. But right now we are not exiting. So exit is also there to stop everything or exit the user. So you can do exit, right? That is there. What else? Anything else which we have left? No? So those who have attended it the first time, are they able to understand the commands? Whatever we have done, right?
Touch.
What?
Touch command.
Touch command is generally for writing a new file. Just like we were creating a file with cat command, you can also create with the touch command, right? I'm just opening the manual. Change file timestamp, update the access. Okay. If you want to change the file's access time or modification time, then touch command is used generally. If you want to change the access time, so -a option you can say. The do not create any file, then -c is there, or -d is date to change the current time actually. So for that it is being used. So to quit this, you can press Q. So that is timestamp of the file, like ls space -l if we do. So it shows us this now. Can you see that? So if they have created a file, it has been created with touch file 3. So if you want to change the access time or the uh, current time you want to change, then you can use the touch command. That is touch. That is touch command. What else? Then there is an editor I showed you. If you want to edit the file, suppose file 1, I want to edit something in file 1. File 1 is not there now. Slash root slash not slash east slash file 1. So if I want to edit this file 1, which is in east, right? So editor will open like this, vi editor, to edit the file. With cat you cannot edit the file once made, right? So to edit the file, right now you are in command mode. This is known as command mode. To come inside the insert mode, until and unless you don't press I or A or capital A or capital I, whatever, small a small I will also work. A means append, I means insert. If you press I, so then only you will be able to edit. So here when you press I, at the bottom it says insert. That means you can type now. So if you want to change this second, with the arrow keys only you can work here. So I'm doing that as the arrow keys. So my second, I'm saying my first Linux class I'm editing. If you want to go down and edit something else, or you want to add something else, you can add also. So until and unless your you are in insert mode, you can edit, you can type whatever you can do, you can add the content, whatever you can do. Now, when you have to press escape to come out of insert. Press escape, and now your insert will be gone from the bottom. There is no insert now. That means you are not in insert mode now. You are again in command mode, and now you want to save this file. So press colon. Colon means the double dot which are there. So the colon comes here. After pressing escape, you are out of insert. Then press colon. You will be here. W means save, and Q means quit. Save and quit. To save the file and come out of the file, right? That is WQ. So we press enter. So if we say cat and we see the file content, so your first has been edited and you have added VW also, right? So to edit a file, you will use VI editor. That is also one of the things you can see, right? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Right. So these are the different commands you should know, which may probably be asked to you, right? Like you were asked in your assignments also. So I have also showed you an example of previous year. If you want to go to IGNOU's website, like BCSL, remember L, wherever in ahead also in other semesters also, BCSL. L means your lab sessions are those. So BCSL-13 we are saying. So we are taking the question papers. So you can see, you can take any year's question paper. See, after June 2019, the paper has been online only. So it has not been uploaded. So can you see execute the following Linux commands? CP, that is copy, cat, that is show the content, or you can make the file new file by cat greater than sign. Who am I will show you the name of the person who is currently logged in, and PWD is present working directory. ls-al pipe it to more. ls-al, what is -a does is, I think L to means long listing, and A, I think, gives you the along with the access time of the file. So that is ls hyphen al, and it is saying pipe it to more. So this way. So all the hidden files and all the other files will also be shown. A means all the hidden files will also be shown. Dot, 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 bash. There are hidden files also in this. All the hidden files will be shown with ls hyphen al. A pipe it to more is not working because it is in the screen. Whatever files are there are can be seen on the screen. If it is bigger than this or more files are there, then your pipe it to more will work. But this is what it is there. So it shows you all the hidden files. So that is long listing of the hidden files. So that is there. What else? So this is one of the things. Display the name of all files in home directory whose size is bigger than 1 MB but smaller than 5 MB. This, so see, you can do it with ls command only, because it only shows you with this the size of the file. I think that can also be done with find command. The find command will be used here, but how you can use the size option, that we can search for. The size, you can find files whose size is bigger than 1 MB but smaller than 5 MB. That has to be seen, right? We'll see that later on. Then create a PowerPoint presentation on Linux OS. Like Linux operating system, you have to create a PowerPoint presentation, and that is also minimum 5 slides. So one thing you should know about the Linux system is that Linux is a open source operating system. Yes, everybody knows that now. We had discussed it in the theory class also. Yes. So it's an open source operating system. It is much securer and reliable than Windows. Right? And it is much securer and reliable than Windows. Reliable, why? Because you can keep the Linux system continuously on. It doesn't crash easily, right? That is the facility of a Linux system. And also the security is maintained in the Linux system. Why? Because it has Linux has a core. Linux has a kernel, which is the heart of the operating system. Heart or brain, you can say. Why it is called the heart? Because kernel is the one which will kernel is the core, and it is the one which interacts with the hardware. So kernel is the one which is the core or the heart of the operating system, and it is the one which interacts with the hardware. And above the kernel is the shell. And what is a shell? Shell is an interpreter. Shell is an interpreter, which is an interface between the user and the kernel. So you cannot talk to the kernel directly. Whom do you have to talk with? You have to talk with the shell, right? So when you are writing the command here, this is your shell, the prompt, shell prompt, right? So here you will write the command. The interpreter or the shell will interpret your command. You are giving the command in English language. It will interpret it, convert it into machine language, and give it to the kernel. Pass it to the kernel. Kernel will understand the machine language command and will interact with the hardware and give you the output. It will transfer the output to shell. Shell will again interpret it in your language and give you the result. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how Linux that is why Linux is called secured, because we cannot talk to the core of the operating system directly. There is in between shell, until and unless we don't give any command or any options to the shell, it will not do anything to that. And in Windows, what happens is everything is on the C drive. The operating system is installed on the C drive. So whenever a virus or some kind of a system attacks the Windows system, it directly attacks to the system files which are in C drive. But here it is hidden. The shell is the main person you have to talk to. The kernel is hidden from you, and you cannot talk directly to them. That's why it is much securer than the Windows system, right? So I've just wanted to tell you this. These are the questions which are being asked. So they are saying for all the slides you should have timer based transitions. So timer based transition should be there. The time should be applied to the transitions. All the slides should have proper heading and slide notes. Add a video to at least one slide which can be run on full screen option. All slides should follow common design format. So this is one of the questions. You are to create your own personal letterhead, which should include the following. So you can make a letterhead of your own: name, address, city, state, pin, whatever, mobile number and email ID. This should be kept left side. So if this is your document, on the left side you have to make what? Your name, address, pin code, email, and whatever, phone number, mobile number, and some graphic pertaining to your organization. Pick it from any folder. So you have to also put a graphic. This should be kept at the center. So at the center your graphic will be there, at the left side your name, address and everything will be there, and then URL and any other account should be placed at the right side of the heading. So your website should be website name, that is uniform resource locator, that your website should appear here, name at the right side. Now letterheads must extend no more than 3 inches from the top of the page, right? That means what? That from the top of the page, your letterhead should be 3 inches. This much will be your above top, your head, your name and everything, and your center logo, and this that should be at the top 3 inches. And let display the ruler bar and adjust the vertical ruler to the top of the page. So you have to adjust this ruler to the top of the page up to 3 inches or whatever. So that is what is required. So this you have to make. Then this is Excel. So below are the details of sales of cars and motorcycles in a particular city during the first 6 months of 2017. You are required to calculate total percent of cars and motorcycle sales. Write appropriate formula for each calculation. So here we had discussed this earlier also. Here you will calculate the total. And how will you calculate the percentage? 500 divided by the total, 1000 divided by the total, into 100 you can do for the person, right? So that is what is required here. Then you have to create for the sample data and perform all the calculations as indicated above, right? So here also you will calculate total, here also total. So that is there. Suppose you are organizing an event. So that this is for Outlook, we have not done right now. So these are the questions which are asked. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it is simple. It is not difficult to do. So these are the different questions which are generally asked to you, which can be practiced. So later on we can see all the question papers. What are the questions which are asked, and we can practice them. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
Right. Any difficulty or anything you need to ask? Any problems? Anybody is having any problem? Whatever we have done till now. Any doubts? The exams, I am not sure when will the exams will be, but our session will be completed by end of this month, right? May. But when the exams will be, I am not sure. It will probably not be in June. See, I have to ask the persons. Have you got any information about filling the examination form? Anybody? Has any information has come to you for filling the examination form?
No, ma'am.
Not yet. No? I'll ask them when the online people will fill the examination form, and I'll convey it to you. But offline, I think on the IGNOU website, the examination form filling procedure must have started right now. I'm just seeing it. I just share my screen. Whether you also have to do the same procedure, I have no idea. I have to ask for the online system. See, when you go to the website of IGNOU, here you have student, you have register online. Can you see that? Right? So
Yes, ma'am.
here term and exam is there, and re-registration is also there. So you have to re-register also for the second semester, and that means you have to give the fees for the second semester, and you have to fill the examination form. This is for the offline mode. So this is the online examination form filling procedure. So here each paper is of 200 per course, and right right now it is not right now they have not opened the examination form. That means in June the examination will not be happening. It is showing the last date is 23rd of December, so that is the last time when the uh, examination form was filled. So right now they have not opened the procedure for filling the form, but this is where you have to fill the form actually, right? And you can this is proceed to fill the examination form is there. So these instructions you can fill. You can see the if it is offline exam, then you can see the list of examination centers tentative which are there. That is there. This is the last time one, because it is showing the last date is extended up to December. So it was for the December examination, not right now. So it is not for right now. That means examination form is still pending with the people. It's not still applied, right? So let us see. I'll ask them when the examination. So your exam will not be in June, probably in August, because it has been late since the COVID has come in 2020. It has always been late, right? And in the I think June, when the examination was to be conducted, it was postponed, and the examination for final year was only conducted in September, and then in March all the exams have been conducted for all the years this time 2022. So the intermediate semesters were not they were not allowed to give the exam. Only final year exam was conducted in September last year for the June. So June exam were conducted in September, and December exams were conducted in March. So your exam probably will also be conducted later only, not right now, right?